After nearly 7 long hours, Facebook is back online following a worldwide outage that impacted its forums. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Jesse Pagan. The outage affected not just Facebook, but Instagram and WhatsApp as well, all part of the Facebook family.
News 8's Shannon Handy is live with what the internet giant says happened and how other social media responded.
Well, Carlo and Jesse, I'm sure you guys were among those people who constantly refreshed your phones all day long. And when people saw that it wasn't working, they turned to other platforms like Twitter. Now, Facebook did come back online a few hours ago. Though the company has not said what happened, people have their theories. The outage started around 8:45 a.m. People around the world trying to refresh their Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp feeds found messages like something went wrong or couldn't refresh feed. Turning to Twitter, some made light of the issue. This person offered to sell a fax machine using the hashtag #FacebookDown. Another user posted this picture of a large crowd writing, "Everyone from Instagram and WhatsApp moving to Twitter." Twitter itself had fun with the outage, posting this simple message, "Hello, literally everyone." As for what caused the outage, Facebook hasn't said. In a statement on Twitter, the media giant wrote, "We're aware that some people are having trouble accessing our apps and products. We're working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible, and we apologize for any inconvenience." The company's chief technology officer later tweeted about the problem, blaming it on networking issues.
It absolutely is a big deal because Facebook and Instagram together are the most used social network sites globally.
Dr. Rebecca Nee is a journalism professor at San Diego State specializing in social media. She says the outage isn't just impacting people's ability to communicate. The company, as well as those who rely on it, are losing money.
Through marketing, public relations, influencers. So they're taking a hit today as well.
Conspiracies related to the possible cause have run rampant. Last night's 60 Minutes episode featured an interview with a former Facebook employee who claimed the company harms its users and removes safety systems to tackle misinformation.
Facebook over and over again has shown it chooses profit over safety.
Some believe the outage is related. Others think hackers are to blame. In Facebook's latest tweet, around 3:30 p.m., nearly 7 hours after the outage started, the company said, "To the huge community of people and businesses around the world who depend on us, we're sorry. We've been working hard to restore access to our apps and services and are happy to report they are coming back online now. Thank you for bearing with us." And we will keep you updated when more details are released. And by the way, the expert we spoke to says that even though people were forced to quit Facebook and Instagram cold turkey, with them back online now, most people will just go back to using them just as they did before. Back to you.
Well, it's been on again, off again shower activity throughout most of the day. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis. Do not let your guard down because we're taking a little bit of a break right now. We have more of that moisture influx on the way for tonight. Starting to see a heavier downpour move in right across Tecate. That's going to continue to lift from the south towards the north. You're also seeing some shower activity that's popping up across Ramona, Palomar Mountain, Pine Valley, as well as getting closer towards Santee, right along the 8, dealing with some slick conditions. We still have an upper level low that is nearby. It has not moved by yet, so it has to move towards the east for us to be on the backside of it. So we're still holding on to a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms all the way into the overnight hours. That's when the bulk of the moisture is expected, mainly west of the mountains. You're looking at a marine statement that has been issued because of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then also talking about a chance right along the coast when it comes to that lightning. And so that looks to be the hazard as we go from tonight through tomorrow morning, and that's why the beach hazard statement has been issued. So we are looking at a chance all the way into tomorrow morning, and we're not done just yet. Yet another chance later on this week. So a whole lot going on. That 8-day, your forecast is coming up. Carlo, Jesse.
Cleanup efforts continue tonight after a massive oil spill off the coast of Huntington Beach. It's threatening wildlife and forcing beaches to close.
News 8's Dana Marie McNichol is live at the Huntington Beach Pier with a look at what is washing up on the shoreline and what crews are doing tonight to save the wildlife.
Well, investigators say that they think this Oil spill was likely caused by a pipeline leak. 126,000 gallons of oil. It spread throughout the coastline. Like right now, I'm here in Huntington Beach with a marsh behind me. You can see oil booms are set up. Those yellow floating devices, they are designed to contain oil in this area. A spill that's threatened fish, birds, and other wildlife animals. It's an all-hands-on-deck recovery and rescue effort for wildlife.
Oil spills are traumatic to the community, traumatic to us individually.
The California Department of Fish and Wildlife and partnering organizations deployed field teams on the shoreline, on water, and in the sky.
We're currently actively searching from north of Bolsa Chica down to Laguna and farther south.
Dr. Michael Zaccardi is a veterinarian and director of the Wildlife Care Network. They have collected 4 oiled birds as of this afternoon.
1 brown pelican, 1 American coot, and 1 ruddy duck. Unfortunately, the brown pelican had chronic injuries that required us to humanely euthanize it yesterday.
If people see wildlife affected by the oil spill, Zaccardi says do not approach the animals.
We have what we call hotshot teams set up so that if we get calls from the general public, we can immediately deploy teams to respond to those calls to be able to get those animals.
Rather, he suggests to call their hotline.
We have what we call hotshot teams set up so that if we get calls from the general public, we can immediately deploy teams to respond to those calls to be able to get those animals.
4 different wildlife rescue facilities are ready for these birds. SeaWorld in San Diego is on standby.
We need people to not try to catch oiled animals. It's not safe for the animals. It's not safe for them because oil can be a toxic substance.
The beach was noticeably empty, although some beachgoers ignored the warning signs. As we did come closer to the shoreline of the beach, we saw evidence of the tar and oil. You can see droplets just like this one. This is what's found on the birds and the wildlife that is right now currently being rescued.
Once again, the water is closed today.
I don't smell any oil or anything like that. And really no threat at the moment, no.
In a normal day, I would let them jump in the water and enjoy the ocean. Not today, though.
Oil on my foot.
Birds are their main concern and priority for rescue and rehabilitation. Dolphins, sea lions, and harbor seals are much less susceptible to oil impacts and do not see as many immediate external effects, says Dr. Zaccardi. Crews are using deterrent techniques to try and keep them out of the oil spill areas. And wildlife experts are cautiously optimistic about the low number of animals that are impacted by this oil spill. They do say they expect about a month in rescue efforts.
All right, Dana Marie, thank you. Meanwhile, SeaWorld San Diego is one of the organizations that are ready to help wildlife impacted by the oil spill in Orange County if needed.
It's nothing new for workers there. As News 8's Allison Royal reports, SeaWorld has a history of responding to devastating oil spills.
When it comes to oil spills along our coastline here, it is an all-hands-on-deck operation to save animals. One of the people that's been there for all of those where were you kind of moments is Kevin Robinson.
Kevin Robinson is a senior animal care specialist at SeaWorld with a focus on animal rescue. In fact, he's been at this for 44 years.
44 years of work in the animal business has got lots of great memories.
Memories like when he helped with the recovery efforts for the Exxon Valdez oil spill back in 1989. Take a look. A tanker spewed about 11 million gallons of toxic crude oil into the water. That's when SeaWorld answered the call to help Alaskan sea otters. Animal care workers stabilized the otters and then brought them to SeaWorld for further rehabilitation. Actually, Robinson said some of those otters called SeaWorld home for several years.
It was determined that they were ineligible for release because of various medical conditions that when the veterinarians and the rescue team up there evaluated them, they decided that there were certain other health conditions that made it not likely that they would survive in the future in the wild.
However, Robinson said the most challenging operation of his career was the oil spill in Refugio up in Santa Barbara County in 2015. SeaWorld, which is a part of the Oiled Wildlife Care Network, sent several employees into the field to help animals, like this sea lion here, who ultimately did not survive.
Because of the volume of animals that came our direction, there was birds and there were marine mammals also. And so they would put a lot of different teams with a lot of different expertise all into to a small work area.
Robinson said it can sometimes take a few days to stabilize and remove the oil from these animals, but these are the kind of situations they prepare for year-round.
Anytime you do it, it's very much a sense of mission accomplished.
According to SeaWorld, between all of its properties, it's saved about 39,000 animals over the last 55 years. I'm Allison Royal for News 8.
2 people have been arrested after a toddler was shot in Ramona over the weekend. It happened Sunday on the 24,000 block of Sargent Road. Investigators say 18-year-old Roman Estrada was showing a gun to his girlfriend, Victoria Tejeda, who is the toddler's mother. We're told Estrada pulled the trigger while trying to take the gun apart, and the toddler was hit in the leg. She's expected to make a full recovery and is now in the custody of child protective charges. Estrada and Tejeda face charges of child neglect and child endangerment. Estrada also faces charges of negligently discharging a firearm.
A verdict has been reached in the trial of a man accused of shooting and killing a church's chicken employee in Otay Mesa. Albert Lee Blake was found guilty of first-degree murder for shooting and killing Maribel Ibanez 2 years ago. Blake opened fire after he was turned away for trying to use a fake $100 bill. 2 other employees were hit but survived. Blake ran away after the shooting but was later arrested in Tennessee. When he is sentenced, he faces life in prison.